Hey guys, this is Gorax. Today's video will be about one of the paid heroes, Dragon Mutare. She's been released a couple months ago, but I haven't seen a very strong Dragon Mutare until recently when one of my guildmates, BenDover, who invested quite a lot into her, has released her full potential. His Dragon Mutare is still work in progress, however he was able to beat both my Sandro and my Astral, which I believe it's very hard to do, as it's been proven in many kingdom versus kingdom wars already. He's utilizing her really well, and he came up with a couple of formations which I'm gonna go through in this video. But firstly, let's move and see Dragon Mutare's skills. So basically this video is not for free-to-play players. As a free-to-play player you won't be able to unlock her. You'll need to unlock her through a single purchase event, which will cost you 99 euro or pounds depending on your currency. Dragon Mutare is one of the paid heroes, and she's a leader of dungeon faction, and she boosts both dungeon and dragons quite significantly. Let's go through her specialty first. Let's go through her skills first, though. Her ultimate, Dragon Roar, costs 48 mana and the cooldown is 30 seconds, and it inflicts bleeds on all enemy units, dealing percentage damage of their max HP every 2 seconds, lasting for 16, and stunning them for 6 seconds. Some units may become immune to the bleed damage, and the bleeding units reduce healing received. Another skill is Fire Arrow, which we had in the game previously, so this deals fire spell damage on enemy units in a certain area and burns them for 5 seconds. Then we got Curse, which decreases target enemy unit attack by 50% for 8 seconds. And then we got the Buff Slayer, increases attack by 72% for friendly units within a large range, lasting for 10 seconds. The duration for 9 men and 10 for 9 men units last for additional 5 seconds. Let's move to the specialty. So the specialty is called Dragon Awakes, and the 1-star specialty makes your Dragon Roar. Dragon Roar can trigger the Black Dragon, Green Dragon, and Red Dragon ultimate skills. The Red Dragon is not in game yet. When a Green Dragon is on the battlefield, unit damage and attack speed of friendly units will increase by 10%. When a Black Dragon is on the battlefield, unit damage reduction and death of friendly units will increase by 10%. So her ultimate not only deals a lot of damage, stun the targets and make them bleed, he also triggers the ultimates of both the dragons, and the Black Dragon ultimate is Dragon Breath. The Black Dragon deals certain damage to all hostile units in a very large area every 15 seconds, so you trigger that straight away, so he deals that damage, while also causing additional damage equal to percentage of max HP to nearby units and burning them for 6 seconds. So whenever you cast an ultimate, it's going to make all units bleed, because it's a ultimate that deals damage to all the units. So you're gonna bleed all of them, and your Black Dragon will burn nearby units as well. And Dragon Mutare benefits from both bleed and burning, which I'll explain later. So Flood of Poison is a Green Dragon ultimate, and it does Venom. So Green Dragon unit speeds Venom within a vast range in front of it every 30 seconds. So you just pop it, trigger it with the ultimate, dealing certain damage to non-flying hostile units within a range. Its damage to bleeding targets unit is increased by 50%. So the ultimate makes all units bleed, and you'll do 50% extra damage triggering it with the ultimate cast. The 2-star specialty does when dungeon units fight against burn targets, the unit damage increases by 20%. When attacked by bleeding targets, unit damage damage reduction increased by 20%. So whenever you cast your ultimate, you're gonna make all the units bleed. So you are making sure your tanks receive 20% less damage. Whenever you burn them with your Fire Arrow, or using your Dragon, or using units that can burn enemies, your units will increase, your units damage will be increased by 20%. Now let's go quickly let's go quickly and show you guys what units do bleed and what units do burn, as they will be used in the formations. There are a couple of formations for Dragon Mutare, each specializing on something else, but I'll go through them later. Let's go through the units now. So first unit that I will probably use is a Behemoth. He does trigger a skill. He has trigger skill that deals damage to targets every 20 seconds and make them bleed for 6 seconds. He'll also use Minotaur, and his normal attacks will make the target bleed. You could also use Dendroid if you're running Mutare with a Rampart, as his reflect damage will make the opponents bleed. And while you're running Rampart, you might as well run Pegasus. He's not only Rampart, but he's only Flyer, and his normal attack makes enemies bleed. We also should not forget that bleed is applied by the Dragon Roar, which is her ultimate. So every 30 seconds, all units will be bleeding. So the 2-star buff will be working every 30 seconds for 16 seconds. Now, not only you'll apply the buff, but also a couple units you could use that benefit from bleeding. And the first one is Medusa. So she's a premium SI unit, which costs £49. So if you go here, you will basically, the bleed will increase her damage by 30%. The bleed will also increase the Green Dragon's Flood of Poison ultimate, which will do an extra 50% damage to the bleeding targets, which is quite a lot. This will be a backline killer. So basically you should be bleeding the targets at all the time, making sure your units benefit from the 20% unit damage reduction increase buff. Now, there's also a couple of units that apply burning on top of your fire spell. We'll go through them now, and we'll also go through the units that benefit from burning state the most. So on top of your flame arrow, the other unit that will be applying burning is your black dragon. You'll be able to do it every 15 seconds, and also whenever you cast your ultimate. So this burn will be on the units quite often. Now if you decide to run dungeon units alongside with conflicts units, they will provide you with a lot of burning options, like Fire Elemental's ultimate burns one single unit for 15 seconds, but also his blast, whenever he dies, he's going to burn all the units for 15 seconds. So he will make sure all the enemy units are burning for the 15 seconds after his death, so you'll have this buff going for at least 50 seconds. Also, Psychic Elemental will have a chance to burn enemy units. He's got 30% chance to burn them for 3 seconds. It's going to be an AoE one, because he's boosting Energy Blast, which can deal damage to 3 hostile units. However, we're also gonna have him awaken this Wednesday, so let's go through his awakening skills quickly. So he's going to be called Magic Awakening now, and the first 2 skills you'll have is Energy Blast, so skill damage increased to 200, so it's not that good. However, the second one is skill increased to 150%, but the range covers all hostile units, so it's a great AoE damage now. So then we got AoE stun or double unit damage dealt, so AoE stun is great, I believe. You want this CC there. And then we get unit damage doubles, trigger chance increased by 10%, burn a crowd of enemies, so I'll probably choose that one. This is the reason why Magic Elemental will be quite a good addition to your team, because if you get him to 5-star Awaken, which is gonna cost you quite a lot of diamonds, however, he will bring another AoE burn to your team. You can also use Cyclop. He's a single unit, which is quite good against Sandro, and his ultimate makes all units in front of it burn for 8 seconds. So again, another way to burn your enemies. You can also use Inferno units such as Gog, who is quite strong, Magog actually, who's quite strong damage dealer. However, he's no good against Sandro, but he brings a burn from his normal attacks as well as let me see, okay, Awakening. Okay, so he brings it from normal attacks, and then we got the King of Burns, that's Ifriti. His Firestorm burns units in a large area for 15 seconds, so he is quite mandatory in a burn composition. So if you place him right, he can burn all the enemy units. As well as his Awakening allows you to burn all the units from the start of the battle for 20 seconds, which is quite good because it's gonna take you a couple seconds before you cast your ultimate, so this will pop this buff. Now let's go quickly through the units that benefit from burning, which will make your combo stronger. So first one is Awaken Gog, which is Magog. So he's when he's fighting against burn enemies, he is guaranteed to land a crit hit. So if you manage to get all units burning at all time, he will be landing critical hits all the time, making his damage output quite significant. The next unit you might consider running when you run and burning team composition is Devil, because whenever Devil is fighting against burning units, his crit hit will increase by 500%. Firebird is another unit that has increased crit hit by 500 whenever fighting against burn units. And last but the most important, your Black Dragon. So Black Dragon in damage reduction is increased by 10% and its defense is increased by 6% depending on the level of the skill. When fighting against burn units, the damage reduction effect doubles, so he is getting more beefy whenever you burn your enemies. That's why burn comp is one of the strongest when running Dragon Mutare. The 3-star specialty is effective when the hero is not on the battlefield, so that means as long as you have her, you will be able to benefit from it. So for every flying unit deployed, unit damage reduction, and attack speed for the Black Dragon, Green Dragon, and Red Dragon will increase by 3%. So if you're running 8 flyers, their damage, all of the stats included here, which is unit damage reduction, and attack speed, will be increased by 24%, which is quite a big boost. And the flying units that are available in the game currently are as follows. And you can see them through these wings next to the type. So we got Bone Dragon, we got Rock, we got Gargoyles, Imps, Angel, Griffins, Sprite, Firebird, Green Dragon, Pegasus, Harpy, Black Dragon, and Manticore. I'll go through flyer formation later on because there's a couple of variants available. Let's move to the fourth 4-star specialty. So when units trigger Spellbreaker skill, this works only for dungeon units. It doesn't work for all the units. So whenever the specific unit does the spell breaking, she will benefit from what's coming next. So it's 2 seconds of immunity with cooldown of 6 seconds will be granted, and 10% of max HP will be recovered. So it's only for the dungeon units you're using. So your green dragon and Pegasus and whatever else you're running, and that is not dungeon, will not benefit from that. So it's worth remembering. Okay, for every dungeon unit deployed, the attack speed of friendly units will increase by 4%. So that works for all the dungeon units and all friendly units as well. So this is how it splits. So the units that have Spellbreaker and will benefit from it greatly are as follow. Minotaur's Spellbreaker's physique increases the Minotaur's magic resistance and unit damage reduction by 5% over the next 10 seconds. The effect doubles every time a hostile hero casts a spell. So whenever a hostile hero casts a spell, your Minotaur is going to get even more tanky. Harpy's Spellbreaker Scream. Whenever a hostile hero casts a spell, the Harpy decreases the target hostile unit damage reduction by percentage for 6 seconds up to 3 stacks. So she is going to debuff your enemy's tank so you can kill him faster. Troglodyte Spellbreaker Smell increases magic resistance and unit damage reduction by 5% for the Troglodyte over the next 10 seconds. The effect doubles every time a hostile hero casts a spell. This is not so great because Troglodyte is not tanky, and boosting his tankiness is not really gonna make him survive longer because he's a 9-man unit and he's going to get obliterated by Sandro. Medusa's magic resistance increases by 10%. Whenever a hostile hero casts a spell, Medusa unit's damage is increased by 10%. So she is going to deal more damage whenever an enemy casts a spell, and she's already going to be a good damage dealer unit. And the last one is Manticore Spellbreaker Hole. Whenever a hostile hero casts a spell, that Manticore increases attack by 30% and attack speed by 5% for all friendly melee units for 10 seconds. So this is the strongest one because it not only buffs the Manticore, it buffs all your melee units, and that's why flying melee version of Dragon Mutare is very strong if there's an opening, if one of the lines is open. I'm going to run through a couple of formation that one of my guildmates, BenDover, came up with. Let's see what ideas he has and what further improvements he has to do. So this is his profile. He's at 4,200,000 power, and this is the setup he's currently using. As you can see, he's got a 4-star Dragon Mutare with Ogre Mages Awaken at 4 stars with almost 200,000 power. Then he's got a Minotaur with 162,000 power. All the skills are not yet maxed out, so he is got a window for improvement, which is going to make his formation stronger. Then he's got Rock Awaken at 5-star with almost 200,000 power, and Behemoth 3-star with 3 Awaken. So this is another thing he will need to invest into to get stronger. So his Behemoth is 158,000 power. Then we go Cyclops. So as you can see, he's using 1 or 4-man units to counter Sandro, which is the current meta. So we got a 6-star Cyclops with 154,000. We got Black Dragon with so he's got a 6-star Black Dragon, as you could see from my previous videos when I'm borrowing it from him. So it's at 166,000 power, and 4-star Green Dragon, which is at 127,000 power. So he needs to make him stronger. He needs to work on the Rampart Rooster because this is quite low power. But as you can see, he is not even close to where I am with my Sandro, and he can already beat my Sandro using this formation. And then we got an Angel with 126,000 power as well, and 4-star. So there's a couple units he needs to work on. However, his dungeon units and his stronghold units are quite strong. So this is the first formation he sent me. Basically, it's a full dungeon roster with a green dragon, because green dragon is essential unit for Dragon Mutare. Green and black dragons is what makes her so strong. So the full dungeon roster currently is weak against the meta of Sandro due to nuke on 9 man units, and is weak against Xeron because Devil in the back destroys Medusa and Beholder. So it still requires more unit improvement and tests, and also what he's waiting for is a Red Dragon release. So the second formation is a burn team. There's two variants to it. The first variant shows you he's running Magox, Ifriti, Phoenix, Green Dragon, Devil, Fire Elemental, Earth Elemental, and Black Dragon. The reason for that, he's utilizing three rosters here: Conflux and Conflux, Dungeon, and Inferno. Basically, he has Green Dragon from Rampart and Black Dragon from Dungeon as well. However, this comp doesn't require you to buy any special SI units for Dungeon faction. The only one you need to buy is the Earth Elemental. However, this is quite cheap version of it. It's improved free-to-play burn team version with Rashka or Luna or even Jedi. The reason for that is Dragon Mutare is going to keep your enemies bleeding, and so you pop the 2-star specialty, and then also all your Ifritis, Gorax, and Fire Elementals will be able to keep the burn going through all the fight. So you'll be able to get this damage increase and damage reduction both at the same time. Let's move to the second variant of this composition. So the second variant basically changes Fire Elemental for a Psychic Elemental, and I believe this one will be stronger as we go because we got a Magic Elemental Awakening now, which will make Magic Elemental quite stronger compared to the Fire Elemental. However, you'll be missing a full team burn whenever the Fire Elemental dies. However, I think this will provide more damage to the formation. So another type of Dragon Mutare formation that you could run is Flying Dragon Mutare. So you will benefit greatly from the 3-star specialty, which is gonna buff both your Green Dragon and Black Dragon. So as you can see here, he's using all the flyers, and he's using Black Dragon, Bond Dragon, and a Green Dragon in the same line to make sure he is obliterating the tanks in the back line of the enemy units. He's using Imps because we got teased with Imp Awakening, and Imp might become not the best tank in the game, but in this situation he might become a very useful tank that can dish out some damage as well. I wonder how it's going to work when he's summoning these devils. He's also using Angel to heal, revive, and deal damage. Manticore in a line with Angel to get through and burst and silence whatever comes in that line. And also he's using Griffin and Gargoyle. The reason he's using them is because Griffin and Gargoyle are used as off tanks. Both have high endurance. Griffin gets 70% more HP from 7 flyers. So I'll show you guys what I'm talking about. So this is the scale Archangel. So Griffin HP increased by 30%. Grants 10 extra HP for Griffins for every 1 friendly flying unit on the battlefield. So that's a 70% extra HP for Griffin. On top of this 30, which can be upgraded with the level. And also Griffin buffs all your flying units attack by 10% and attack speed by 3% depending on the level of the skill. And I also mentioned Gargoyle because he's stun reinforcement. Okay, so he's got an increased damage reduction by 30% and resistance by 30% if he's in a stun form. So stun form is his ultimate, and he does it every 20 seconds for 10 seconds, so there's only a 10-second downtime. Okay, so this is why they are used as off tanks, because they make both of them make it a very tanky line to go through, and they also dish out quite a lot of damage. So second variant of this formation is it's still 8 flyers. However, this time around we got 3 charges units, and you can even go with 4. Sorry, 3 charges units. Yeah, don't go with 4 because that would mean sprite. Okay, so the reason for that is you are aiming for an open line. So if your enemy is only running 2 lines, that means his skeletons, if he uses skeletons, will spawn in one line, in the top line or whatever line he's got open, and the next one there'll be an opening, and you want to put your charger units on that one to make sure they run through the enemy line straight to the back line and obliterate the back line, because you will, once you cast your ultimate, you will stun everyone for 6 seconds. So your charger units will have a lot of time to delete genies or whatever your opponent is running. Now this is probably more common unit formation. It's still 8 flyers. However, it doesn't include any charger units. It's a backline demolition machine, really, because you got green dragon with rock in the same line alongside bone dragon and black dragon, so you'll be doing a lot of AoE damage and a lot of backline damage. See, this rock and this green dragon, they can obliterate my vampire and my death knight in couple seconds when the Dragon Mutare casts her ultimate. And then on the second line we got Firebird, who deals AoE damage as well, alongside Pegasus, who make the target bleed. So, and shields all your backline units. So this is quite strong formation, and this is what really makes my Sandro being destroyed, and also even my Astral. Let's move to another variant. This is the last variant of Sandro, of the formation for Sandro, and this is something you guys probably are looking for, because this is what destroys Sandros and Xerons. So what is he using here? He's using 1 and 4 man units and Vampire Lords. Vampire Lords is a 9-man unit. It can get destroyed by Sandro. However, this is an exceptional unit because sorry, that was me just checking if the video is run. So because he's providing a lot of healing, and he's quite beefy and easy to level up. So he's using Awakened Behemoth here, which is very strong tank. He's using Ogre to boost healing of both Behemoth and Black Dragon. And he's using Minotaurs, which are quite tanky, and a 4-man unit. He's using a Cyclop, Green Dragon, and Rock. So that's all 1-man units. So basically my Sandro is not going to do a lot of spell damage to these units. And this is something he is winning against my Sandro with. This is a defensive formation, because if you want to run an offensive one, and you know where your Sandro is putting his charges, you want to put your Rock and your Green Dragon in the same line. The reason for that is with the ultimate from Dragon Mutare and ultimate from both of these units at the same time, you will destroy his vampires and black dragons, and this is what he's doing to me, and I showed that in a previous video, and I'm gonna show it at the end of this video as well, where I'll show you guys the footage of these formations. So here BenDover sent me a video of his units, as you will see. So he's got a 6-star black dragon and max level, well, level 92 at the moment. These are the stats of his dragons. If you want to read them, you can slow down the video. As you can see, he maxed out the skills on that. Then we got Minotaur, 6-star Minotaur, and these are the stats. He's got him at potentials level 15, I believe. Okay, so this unit is quite tanky. Skills are not maxed out yet. And then we got Medusa. It's only at 5 stars, so he needs to get it to 6 star to benefit from the rosters as much as possible. 148,000 power, and quite far away from being ranked 6 star. So then he got Manticore at 5 star as well. Manticore is very great unit, guys. It deals a lot of damage, deals massive damage, silences your enemies and stuff like that. It's good in the rush lane. All the skills maxed out at the moment. Then we got Harpy at 142,000. Harpy is another unit that can deal a lot of damage, but she is a glass cannon, so she does a lot of damage, but she also dies quite quickly. So skills are not maxed out. And then we got 6 star Troglodyte, 139,000 power, and not quite far in a potential yet. Sprayer, okay, the skills are at level 8. And then we got Beholder, 5 star. So he still got a way to improve his team, and this is why it's very interesting how good he's doing now. He's able to beat Sandros from the server, and you can see his rosters. He's just quickly going through them. So we got an offensive. This is his dungeon with 40,000 power. So as you can see, he still got a couple ace calls here. And yeah, I believe that's it. He's going to show us some. Okay, so I'm gonna keep that. So I'm gonna show you guys how he is doing against biggest whale in EU 18 server. So that guy is 4.6 million power. Okay, he is running Jedi in this scenario. So he's got quite a lot of power. Just as you can see, he's invested quite far into the machines as well. Only 91,000 power genie, so he's not doing that great with her. However, 4.6 or 79,000 power Black Dragon, so he just used him because, oh well, why not? Okay, so let's see how he fights against him. So this is formation he's using. So as you know, or you didn't play Kingdom versus Kingdom. In Kingdom versus Kingdom, you only allowed certain units. So in this one, we are only allowed Rampart, Tower, and Dungeon. So this is why he's running, which is quite good for Dragon Mutare, Rampart, and Dungeon. That's what you should be running anyway. So as you can see, he knows he's not playing against Sandro, so he can use the 9-man units, and he is going to abuse the bottom line using his charges on the bottom, and he is going to put his dragon to green dragon and black dragon on top line to make sure they do a lot of AoE damage, and he is going to go through the tank in the middle, which is the black dragon. So he knows, as you can see the wings over there, that means it's a flyer unit. So he knows that the black dragon is going to be there, and the opponent's black dragon is not quite tanky, so these 3 units will be able to destroy him. And on top of that, you can see enemy's formation. He's got green dragon on the top lane as well, so he wants to avoid the top lane so his units don't get damaged by the green dragon's ultimate. So let's go and see how it plays out. So remember, this guy has 4.6 million power, so even though he's not using the right units here, he is still strong. So his charges destroyed the backline Pegasus. Now they got mages, and they are working on genies. So genie is dead. Now the droid is dead as well. He's what is called? His dragon is quite tanky because he's got this Dragon Father artifact at quite high level. So as you might know, these dungeon units are not, the charges are not tanky, so that's why they died. They are glass cannon, so they did their job. They destroyed the backline, and this is what they needed to do. And now it's only a giant left, and this is the game over. Okay, so if you want to see the damage charts, so you'll see that Medusa did a lot of damage. As I said before, she is Burst, Caster, and Harpy, a glass cannon. So his Harpy did more damage than Green Dragon, and the reason for that is because she is a glass cannon. She does a lot of damage, but she dies quickly as well. Okay, let's move on to the next content. Now we'll watch Dragon Mutare against Astral. This is not the strongest Astral. He's using quite a lot of 9-man units. As you can see, his ultimate. He stuns everyone for 6 seconds. And his enemy's archmages are dead, as well as his gremlins. So this is what happened. It's going to be a quick fight. This is not the best camera take. However, as you can see, it's going to slow down a little bit now. He needs to wait for his ultimate again. Once the ultimate is cast, he's wreaking havoc and other units die. So this is basically a game over now for the Astral, and his units are all at almost full HP. So this tells you the power of Dragon Mutare. It's not only damage, it's also healing and stuff. So this is it. This is the game over. And let's move on. Okay, let's see the damage dealt. So the Green Dragon and Rock are the first one. Okay, let's move to see him fighting against my Astral. Okay, so he'll be fighting against my Sandro first. Okay, I thought it was my Astral. Anyway, so let's see how he did against my Sandro. So as you all see here, he's running a Green Dragon and a Rock on the bottom. And just look at my HP of my charges. They are stunned. They don't do anything, so I heal them. And by the time they get there, they're almost dead. Another Rock ultimate, and both of my charges gonna die soon. So Death Knight already dead. Vampires are still alive. However, Death Knight does most of the damage of my units anyway. So this is a big loss for me. I won't be able to kill that Black Dragon now. So you want to kill Dragon Mutare Black Dragon as soon as possible before he gets all the buffs. So that's my vampire dead now. His Medusas are still alive, and that's a 9-man unit. Okay, so is it 9 or is it 4? Can't remember now. Anyway, so that's his Medusa still alive, barely, because they got these magic immunities. As you can see, they were immune this time around. So I managed to finish the Cyclops faster than the Medusa. So this is a rather close fight. It's a long one, but all my damage dealers except for Leech are dead now, so it's only going to be a slow, painful death for me. I won't be able to kill these Rock and Green Dragon using spells. I'm barely able to kill Medusa as it stands. As you can see, she's healing quite nicely. Now she's dead, but so is all of my team. Now we're gonna get another ultimate. So this is basically it. The fight is over. It's only leeches left. And a Rock is the MVP, did the most damage, and you can see that Green Dragon and Black Dragon did almost the same damage. Okay, let's move on. So here he is going to fight against Scholar No Sandro, which is a much stronger Sandro than me. He's going to use Devil this time around. So he's tweaking his formation depending on the enemy. He knows he needs to get rid of Leech as well, but he's still running this bottom line against his charges. He knows that Black Dragon is enough to survive both of them, and look at that damage again. So you get one, you got Dragon Mutare ultimate, you get a Rock ultimate, and you get Green Dragon ultimate, and the charge line is almost down. So there's no damage coming from the bottom, and the top line is just tanks versus tanks. So his Devil is working his magic. He almost killed the Leech, and then he moved to another target, but he is going to move to the Leeches anyway. Yeah, no, sorry, he's still there. Pocket, I didn't see that one in the corner. Okay, so he did destroy the Leech. So there's no damage on the Sandro team now. Okay, so he's got 2 tanks down at the top and Angel as well. So he's slowly moving to the backline. Now he's going to get stunned. Remember that there's a big power difference. There's like 7,000 power difference between these two guys. So despite that, look how good he's doing. Okay, so he's got Black Dragon left, and this is going to be fun to watch and painful as well, because this Black Dragon, he is not going anywhere. This is going to be a long fight, guys, so maybe I'll rewind it a little bit. Okay, as you can see, the Black Dragon is not doing the most of the damage, but he is not going to die anytime soon. So I think it will be a draw. Yep, so it counted as a lose. However, if it was Sandro attacking, he wouldn't be able to win. So another PvP fight against Xeron this time around. So he added Naga here to destroy the tanks, because the demons dodge your attacks and they can't dodge Naga's attack. She is guaranteed to land an attack. I think that is the reason he used Naga here. So yeah, so Xeron can destroy the backline of Dragon Mutare. However, he's using a strong strong one-man units, so it will be very hard for Devil to destroy them before Dragon Mutare's team destroy the rest of the team. As you can see, the problem with Spellbreaker is that if you're not running dungeon units, your units won't be healing as much. As you can see, his Green Dragon is not regaining a lot of HP and is slowly dying. However, the fight is already over. So this is why Dragon Mutare is really strong in PvP content, but not only. And I'm gonna show you guys how strong she is in PvE content now. So everyone is using Gel in Crypt. However, he decided to use Dragon Mutare in his Crypt, and we'll see how he does. Okay, I'm going to rewind it, because it's not going to be very exciting. What we want to see is his damage dealt. Okay, so he used Slayer mark here to get the most of his damage. Okay, he's buffing his Titan and elementals, as well as his beholders and beholders and archmages. So his total will be about 100. Whoa, that's nice. Okay, I'm not even close to 200 million. Okay, and he's got 177 using Dragon Mutare, which tells you can use her in PvE content as well. You can also use her in Dwarven Treasury. You obviously need Devil for Dwarven Treasury to get the most of it, but we'll see how he gets on. So I wonder, he's just going to cast his ultimate. Okay, this is what you should be doing with a global damage ultimates, same like my Sandro, which you can watch on in one of my previous videos, how I've got to 5,000 kills using Sandro. So let's see what will be his last score. Yeah. Okay, so 2250 per run, so that gives you 4,500 per day. So it's quite good for Dragon Mutare, which is not Luna or Sandro. Now, another content that Dragon Mutare excels well is siege defense of Stedwick. Okay, so this is a long video, 4 minutes. I'm gonna skip it and I'm gonna show you what he's doing. So in this siege battle, you need to keep your units alive. You need to survive for 3 minutes to advance to the next level. And you should be advancing to the next level until you can't, because the higher the level, the more rewards you get. So he is doing something here that is very interesting, and I'm gonna show it later. At the moment, he's just spamming spells, killing the units. Okay, now as you can see, he's okay. Let's rewind a little bit. Okay, so he's blocking the siege machine with his earth elementals. As you can see, they are here in a corner, right? So this is very clever. And so that siege unit is not going to move, and he's got time to destroy all these units that are coming to get to his wall. Remember, this is level 31, so it's not that easy to survive that now. However, he's still rank 1, I believe, during the recording of this video. He's moved to level 36, but he's using Sephiroth now. So you can easily clear up to level 31 using Dragon Mutare. And as I said before, you only need to survive 3 minutes. So he's down to the siege unit, and he's going to slowly take it out and move to the next level. As you can see, the Bone Dragon spawned, but it's not about killing everything. It's about surviving the 3 minutes. Now, I don't have his video when he's dealing with Inferno Castle. However, this is a ruthless level against castle units. So we'll see how he does it. It's gonna take him minute 46. So this is another thing that Dragon Mutare excels at. He is rank 1 in both of these sieges, because his Dragon Mutare just obliterates the units behind the wall. As you can see, the burn does a lot of damage, and it also stuns the enemy units. So let's just watch it. So he's still using his green dragon, rock, black dragon, and devil to make sure they destroy enemy backline. And as you can see, he's already went through 2 units now. So it's not going to be very hard for him. Okay, now he's going to stun all of these units again. And he procced his Green Dragon ultimate, which should destroy the back line. So it's only 3 units left. 2 units left now, so it's going to be a walking. It's going to be very easy, as you can see. And that's a ruthless level, guys, so it's quite high level. So this is it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed. I know it's quite a long video, but I wanted to include everything that Dragon Mutare is good at and all the ideas that BenDover came up with. As you can see, I don't even have Dragon Mutare, and I'm really sad I didn't invest into her, because she will be a better investment than Xeron is at the moment. And with Dragon Mutare, you can still come up with great ideas, and as you could see in today's video, BenDover doesn't have had her full potential yet. He still has a lot to improve, and he is only going to get stronger. Sandro is already picking with almost all of his units awakened. However, the Dragon Mutare composition that I show you guys didn't include any unit that is awakened except for Pegasus. So he is only going to get stronger from this point of the game. And what you need to know is the biggest minus when it comes with Dragon Mutare is that you need to spend a lot of money to get her. It's not only the hero that costs you 100 euro, but it's also the units, which is Manticore, Medusa, and Beholder. You'll need to invest another 250 pounds or euro, whatever currency you're using, to be able to be at the top level with Dragon Mutare, because you want these rosters to be as high as possible. Thank you guys for watching. I'll do this kind of a hero spotlights from now on. I'll try to get as much footage from other heroes as well. I'll also include the free-to-play heroes. It's not only going to be the paid heroes, so if you want to watch them in future, please like and subscribe my channel, and I'll see you guys around. Bye.